Hello, my name is Lisbeth and today I will be explaining you why is referencing important. But first, what is to reference? It is a way to give credits to the writers from whom you have borrowed words and ideas. By citing the work of a particular scholar, you respect the intellectual property rights of that researcher. As a student or academic, you can draw on any of the millions of ideas, insights, and arguments published by other writers, many of whom have spent years researching and writing. References should always be accurate, allowing your readers to trace the sources of information you have used. Citations also make your writing more persuasive.
Hello, my name is Eileen and now I will be explaining you what kind of information do we need to reference. So first I want to highlight and say that printed books are not the only sources that require acknowledgement. Any words, ideas, or information taken from any source requires a reference. In general, you must document sources when you provide information that you ordinarily wouldn't have known before conducting your research, and when you provide information that it cannot be assumed the reader knows. You must cite a reference when you are using words or ideas from books and journals, articles, newspapers and magazines, pamphlets or brochures, films, documentaries, television programs or advertisements, websites or electronic resources, letters, emails, online discussion forums, personal interviews, lecturers or tutors, but in this case it is not always necessary, but check with your lecturer or tutor about their preference before you draw on their ideas. And finally, you need to reference when you reprint any diagrams, illustrations, charts, or pictures. On the other hand, you don't need to reference when you are writing your own observations or experiment results. For example, a report on a field trip. Writing your own thoughts, comments, or conclusions in an assignment. Evaluating or offering your own analysis. And finally, using generally accepted facts or informations. These will vary in different disciplines of study.
Hi everyone, Melissa speaking, and today I'm going to explain you about 6 reasons why citation of sources is important when writing. The first one is attribution serves as fact-checking, and for this one I have one example, that is to double-check a direct quote to ensure the fidelity of a passage that you paraphrase it, or to cite another study that is related to your study. The second one, citation makes you a better researcher. Preparing a good bibliography trains you to have good habits across the board in your research. The third one, good citations practice make you a better writer. And for this one, I have another example, that is when we use the phrase everyone knows or they say. But by citing, you can easily use active language. In other words, cite well, and you may forever delay the phrase it is said from your academic paper. In the fourth one, a good bibliography shows off your scientific knowledge. You just need to add the compilation of the various sources that you have read and cited in your own manuscript, dissertation, or books, etc. The fifth one, careful citation practice will build a credibility of a scientist or scholar. This is to establish credibility among peers in their field. The better documented your research and arguments, the more credible you are to your scientific colleagues. And the last one we have citation enables better verification of your work. Any piece of academic writing gets vetted several times over before finally makes into print or onto a website. So to make sure that the citations are accurate.